Guys, this is going to be the honest to God's truth about being fat that nobody talks about. This is the ugly truth about being fat. Hear me out. And I'm just going to be blunt, man. I'm going to get straight to the point with this one. When you're fat, you are destroying your potential in life. I'm going to put it just like that. I know. It's going to be a brutal message. I'm sure I'm going to ruffle some feathers here and there. So if you're a little baby boy, please don't watch this message, because you're going to be offended. I'm telling you. I'm going to share with you my personal story when it comes to this. So, first of all, when you're fat, you are destroying your confidence levels like nothing else. I know this because when I was a younger kid, I was skinny fat. I was never like really, really fat, but I was significantly overweight. And I can remember, like, man, when I go back to that time, it was a dark time. I was weak, I was lethargic, I was eating like a bum ass. I was always tired. I was looking for chocolate all day. I was craving all these foods, and I was depressed. I was, trying to escape my life. And man, it is a dark place to be in. It is not good. I don't wish that for anyone who's watching this. So, that's the first thing, by the way. Second of all, you are also destroying all the other areas of your life, like your fitness, like your dating, for instance. You are massively lowering your standards when it comes to dating when you're fat. Second, your business life or career. That's also a very important thing. People who are fit make more money than their fat counterparts. That's a real thing, I swear to God. 3, you're also lowering your chances of becoming successful in life. Because being fit, being jacked or lean, it depends on how you define lean as well. It's not just about looking good. That's usually the first thing that people think of when it comes to being fit. They just think about, having some nice muscles, having abs, being strong, looking like a gorilla, or like if you're a lady and you're watching this, having a nice butt, having a nice ass, having those, having a nice waist and all these things. That's all on the surface level. That's what most people think of. But when you're fit, when you're jacked, and when you're in shape, it affects all the other areas of your life in ways you can't explain. I'm telling you, the best thing you can do when you're a young man or a young woman is to just get your ass to the gym or get in shape. That's the thing that I would recommend to everybody who's watching this. I definitely think that if you're fit and if you can take care of your fitness from a young age, you can essentially become successful in all areas of life, because you're building your foundation. You're building the small little blocks that have the potential to eventually sprout later in life. And this is the thing that you guys don't get. It affects everything you do, especially when it comes to dating women. Like, guys, when I got jacked, it makes a huge difference to how women perceive you as a man. It makes a massive difference. And you don't have to be huge. You don't have to look like Arnold Schwarzenegger or like, I don't know, Sylvester Stallone. That's not the point. But just get your ass in shape. Look good. Lower your body weight. Drop down with that fat. And look good. It's gonna irradiate all around you. You're gonna have a lot of confidence, and that's the best thing in my opinion when you're jacked. It also builds your discipline, your mental skills, like your mental toughness, and it's indescribable, man. You're like a completely different human being. For instance, I'm just gonna give you a little example here. I work at this normal job here, and I actually want to quit that job because I want to go full time with my business here. And the amount of people that I have in my job who are fat, it's It's ludicrous in my opinion. 30-year-old men, 40-year-old men, 50-year-old men, and they all have these bellies. They're all fat. They're all, smoking all day. They're drinking alcohol. They're just thinking about entertainment all day. They have no hobbies. They're addicted to all these vices, and it's pathetic in my opinion, because you're not in control. When you're like them, essentially, life is controlling you instead of you controlling life. And that's not where you want to be in life. Because it's a dark place. You're not in control of your life. And I truly believe that when you take care of your fitness, it's almost like you reverse the whole thing. Now, at this point, you're in charge of your life. Okay? And that's a beautiful thing. And nobody talks about this. No one. I don't think I've ever heard a fitness guy or a fitness girl that talks about these things. They just talk about, looking good, being sexy, attracting, the opposite gender and all these things. But nobody talks about all the things that happen on the back end. Right? And it's magnificent. Like, the amount of benefits that you get from being jacked and strong, and also the amount of health benefits that you get from being active, man. One of my uncles, he's 72 years old. He's gonna be 74 this year. I think he turned 74. I'm not sure. I might be just messing it up here. And this guy was running marathons when he was younger. He was very fit. He still plays tennis. He plays tennis till this day. And he's such a fit dude, man. He's such an inspiration for me. Because people in his age group, bro, they have all these pains, they have all these aches, right? And they're walking on crutches, a lot of them, and they have all kinds of back pains and everything. But he's as healthy as ever. He has some little, pains here and there, but he's a very fit guy. He's still doing yoga, he's stretching every day, and man, he's such an inspiration for me. Because most people in my family circle, man, they're all fat. They're all addicted to, alcohol, smoking. They're playing video games all day. And when I started working out, by the way, I had no role models. I was just looking at, some YouTube videos. I remember when I first started, man. Like when I started doing some bodyweight exercises, it was like I was just watching Mike Chang. I was watching, Six Pack Factory. This was a long time ago, man. If you can remember these names, you're an OG. All of these channels existed back in the day on YouTube. So, but those are some really good channels. Now we have everyone's a fitness trainer today. But those were some gold times, man. But yeah, I was watching a lot of videos online because I was sick and tired of being fat. I was skinny. I used to be bullied all the time when I was young, and because I'm half Polish, half Norwegian. For those of you that don't know, and I was weak, and I was hopeless. I could not, fight back. And that's when you have that feeling of hopelessness, that's the worst thing in the world, because you can't fight back, you can't rebel, you can't protect yourself, and that's a bad feeling to have, and now the tide has switched, man. Now people are afraid of me, and this is not to brag, I just want to prove a point here, because I'm a pretty big guy, thank God, I grew a little bit, and I never had a problem with being bullied ever again, because I'm a tall guy. I'm around 6'5", 195 centimeters tall, and my weight is probably around 110 kilograms, which is 240 pounds, which I'm a big guy, by the way, at around I think my body fat percentage is probably 13 or 14. So yeah, there you go. I'm a big guy, and this is not to flex. I'm just stating some facts here. But yeah, man, being jacked and being muscular is one of the best things in the world. Because you're gonna essentially, if you have this one thing in check, you're gonna influence all the other areas of your life. like your dating life, very much business, career, hobbies. Maybe you want to build some skills in your life, like maybe you want to improve some skills, maybe you want to learn new things. All of this is learnable, right? But in the beginning, you need that seed, and you need to nurture it. You need to water it. You need to take care of it. And all of it comes from taking care of your fitness. Trust me, man, when I say this. I believe in that 100%. If you can take care of your fitness and you're disciplined, you're committed, you have a goal, you have a vision of you being fit, of you losing a whole bunch of weight, and you being strong, jacked, you have that image in your brain. It's going to be so much easier to change your life in other areas. And nobody talks about this. They just talk about looking good. They just talk about having abs, having some biceps, and having, having some, having a nice butt, having a nice ass as a lady, having a flat stomach, right? But that's all on the surface level. That's superficial. There are so many amazing benefits that come to being fit. And when you're fat, you're basically damaging your body. Your body is deteriorating with each year that goes by. So the sooner you can start, the better it's going to be for you. I know so many people in my life who are in their 40s, they're in their 50s, and they completely neglected their fitness life. And now, they can still turn around, don't get me wrong. But what if they started that change at 20 or 30? Because it's not gonna be as easy to get in shape when you're 50 as it is when you're 20. That's a real fact, by the way. I swear to God. You can change at any age. Still, it's still a thing. You can change at any age. So, but yeah, man, get your ass to the gym. Not just the gym, but start working out. Start doing some calisthenics, running. Maybe you want to do CrossFit. I'm not gonna get into that, by the way. Yoga. I don't think yoga is real training necessarily, but you can still do it. But start with something. Maybe you just want to start walking every day. You want to start doing some outside cardio. Start with it, man. Start doing it. And you're going to be amazed by the amount of benefits and by how much your life is going to change because of this one thing. Just because you check your fitness. So start working on your fitness, man. I'm going to tell you, man, because I remember the worst thing that can happen to you when you're fat is just looking at that fat piece of shit every single day. That big ass belly. Those fat little, when you have that little double chin. When you have the fat cheeks, man, that's the worst thing in the world. Because when you look better, you perform better. And that's a scientific fact. So I don't want to repeat myself here. You don't have to look like a supermodel. You don't have to be a huge dude or a super muscular woman. That's not the thing. You don't have to look like, Pamela Anderson or I don't know, all of these, bikini models. That's not the thing. But just start working out. Build your body. And watch how your confidence levels are just going to skyrocket. Don't believe me? Try it out. And also, the best thing in my opinion is the discipline that you build. That's the best benefit that comes to my mind at this point. Discipline, being consistent, and just having that habit. Because when you start working out, you're going to build so much belief in yourself. So much belief. If you can say no to that, to that cake. If you can say no to that chocolate. If you can say no to that Coke. No to that beer. That, the weed and all these things. You're building your discipline muscle. Right? When you can say no to that beer, that vodka, or I don't know, that pizza, and instead you eat chicken, or some rice, or I don't know, some salad, some oatmeal, with honey. You're building so many, man, you're like, at this point, if you can say no to all these things, you're a completely different human being. Because most people can't do that. Most people are addicted, man. They have no self-control. And that's a beautiful thing that when you're jacked, like when you're fit. Because it's not just about the body, it's a lot about what happens here. The transformation that happens inside your brain. And it's gonna be difficult. I'm not telling you like it's a difficult journey. I've been working out for 8 years. It's gonna be 8 years in September this year. It is a hard journey because you gotta be consistent. You gotta be relentless, man. You gotta be so focused. You can't be distracted. But when you lock in, when you can go monk mode with your fitness, man, you become a completely different animal. In a world full of cows and sheep, you become a lion or a tiger or a bear or a wolf. And when you become a wolf man, you can't compare to the average human being. You can't. You just can't relate to them because you're on a completely different level. You're operating from a higher frequency and a higher vibration. And that's a beautiful thing because most people, man, and yes, when you're starting out, if you're a fat guy or a fat woman, it is difficult. Like when you have no positive role models in your family or your social circle, it is difficult to make that change. It is very difficult to make that leap of faith. Because you're basically attempting to change your whole family bloodline. You're trying to change your family tree. You know, you're gonna change, like you wanna change it. Because like every single person in your family is that fat piece of shit, right? They're all eating a whole bunch of, hamburgers, they're eating pizza all day, they're drinking beer, they are, slacking around. And you wanna be different, you wanna be better. And they're all gonna shame you for it. They're gonna tell you that's not worth it. They're gonna tell you that it's superficial. They're gonna tell you that you're this and that. They will give you all these nicknames. Oh, he's gonna be the Mr. Fit guy now. He's better than us now. But don't pay attention to them. This is what stops most people. They're listening to all the noise instead of focusing on what they want. Have a goal and stick to it. And fuck what all these people think of you. That's the message, man. They really don't care. Become fit, get your ass in shape, and inspire others. Because this is what happened to me yesterday, by the way. Yesterday, I was doing close grip bench press at my gym, and I was like repping 250 for like, I don't know. Oh shit. Sorry, man. I just had to smack a little beetle here. I killed that shit. Man, I killed that son of a bitch. Shit. Okay, rip. Man. Okay, so I was repping 250 on a bench, close grip bench press, and I think I did like 12 reps, something like that. And this one guy approached me. He was like, man, amazing lift. And he was inspired by my success. And that felt so good. I was like, thank you, man. And he was from Turkey, by the way. Great guy. Omer was his name. So this is it. You're gonna inspire so many people, man, when you're in shape. So become the role model. Show them what's possible. The bottom line is this. A lot of people will tell you that it's not worth it. A lot of people will shame you for it. A lot of people will criticize you. A lot of people will judge you a lot. But really, my best advice to you guys is to pay them no attention. Become the Superman or the Superwoman of your life and inspire others. That's the most noble thing you can do. You're gonna inspire and motivate a lot of people when you become fit. Not just people who live around you, but a lot of people. Not just in your social circle, but like everyone that you know. And yes, you're gonna have some haters. You're gonna have some people who will be intimidated by you and all this shit, but it doesn't matter. Become the superhero of your own life. And when it comes to haters, pay them no attention. Their only objective in life is to fucking hate on other people. So, yes, you're gonna face a lot of resistance in the beginning. You're gonna face a lot of criticism. People will tell you people are gonna tell you that you're arrogant. People are gonna tell you that you're superficial and that you're no longer one of us. But do what you believe is right, man. Okay? So, I'm rambling all over the place, man. But man, sorry, man. Like this beetle is fucking with me. It's trying to distract me, man. So yes, just wrap it up, man. Thank you so much for watching, and become fit. Being overweight is killing your life. Take charge, man, and start working for the things that you want. So, by the way, you can check out my free Instagram channel. I'm gonna put a link somewhere down below, and that's it. Peace.